What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZORA today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 24th day of August, and here we are at about 11.25 cents, sitting up about 5.5% on the day so far. A little bit of a wick to the upside. You know, your RSI does look to be in a bit of a bearish trend here. You've got lower lows and lower highs, but I think when paired with the bullish trend in the price action, that's actually a really good thing, right? Yes, yes, yes. You have bearish divergence, lower highs here, higher highs here, but you've already made the move down. You already made your bearish divergence move down. Really, what you have is you have lower lows with higher lows, which is hidden bullish divergence. It's actually a good thing. People get tripped up. They'll look at this and be like, oh, there's going to be a massive dump coming. Well, there it was. It already happened, actually. And if we look at this, I think from a high to a low, how much of a dump was it? That was a 45% dump over like a week's worth of time. Is that not massive enough? You know, I think. And then also you came back down to where the divergence originally started. I think that that's more than adequate. Could we go lower? Absolutely. It's very possible. But looking at what we're doing here, it kind of looks like we're breaking out, and I would think that we're ready for that next step higher. You know, there's been news about, I forget what the chain is, what the next hot crypto of the week was, but there's been news of something that's going to make this crypto irrelevant, whatever. People are starting to look past this and forget about it, right? Forget about this massive run. But the thing is, man, there's more to this coin and ecosystem than meets the eye, and I think that this Balaji coin is it might bring some attention back to the ecosystem. We'll see, right? And it's directly like integrated with Base. I don't know. I think there's, and then of course beyond all that, just the idea of a decentralized social network is kind of interesting in itself too. Being able to literally monetize your own posts without having to, like, for me, let me just explain how revolutionary this thought is. Maybe this is the next big Facebook, maybe it's not. You know, that's not the point, but just the thought of this is really big because for me on YouTube, in order to get monetized, I have to go through all this stuff, man. I have to have a business. I have to have a employer identification number, right? Like I have to file things with the IRS. I have to go through all this stuff, and then I have to sync it up, link it up with YouTube, right? I can't just post this content and get paid, right? But with Zora, that's exactly what you can do. You can get paid if people value it. You know, they want to buy it. It's a little bit different, right? Because you're not getting paid for advertisements. You're more just getting paid for the content that you put out by whatever people want to buy. But still, it's the idea, the concept of it is pretty damn revolutionary. So I think that, again, looking at this thing here, if we're on Coin Market Cap and it was loaded, if it would load, we're gonna get to it though. Come on now. I just want to see what the market cap is because I want to say Zora's at like 300 and something million. I was actually looking at the market cap last night. Let's see. I want to say, oh, I don't know if anybody heard that, but that was my wrist, man. Um, yeah, 364 million with 165 million in the past 24 hours. That's good volume, especially over the weekend, you guys. Especially when we're doing like boring things, but we're not really doing such boring things here. We are breaking out. We're in the midst of breaking out of this move, and that's what I think is kind of interesting, right? Did the same thing back here when you moved down. You had a little bit of a breakout, paused for a couple days, and then you rallied, right? Broke out, paused for maybe a day or two. We're kind of on pause here. This is kind of a neutral day, and then we break out. I would think that we do return to the overbought zone and see a deeper reading than this. If we get a deeper reading in the overbought zone than that, we should see a more productive move than this, something that does take you higher. I mean, hell, you're at 365 million. Go to $1 billion. You know, go to $1 billion market cap, and if you were to do that, that's about a 3x from here. Do it, man. Go to 33 cents. Make my day. Is this the all-time history chart? Does this chart have all the history for us? Would I want to see? I don't think it's on Kraken. Aura, it's a typo, right? Bybit maybe. I think that is the all-time history, but I'm not going to use. I don't want to use that high. I mean, it might be helpful. We'll see. We'll use that high in the Fibonacci extension here in a second. Once this thing loads. Let me know in the comments if you guys are into Balajis right now, or Balajis. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know his name is Balaji, like without the S, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. Massive move. I think it's got more to go. The thing I like, and not a financial advisor. Don't go putting your life savings in this thing or anything like that. But you know, at $9 million with the kind of interest it has, and there's not more volume than the market cap, I think it has more to grow. I mean, you never know, guys. $9 million could turn into $90 million or $190 million or more than that, in a very short amount of time. You know how these meme coin things go. But also on that note, you know how these things go, right? The only reason I'm talking about it is because it's like probably the main one on ZORA at the moment. But looking at this here, I am curious, I suppose, high to low. Let's see if that does anything. I mean, you're kind of finding respect in this area. I don't know. Maybe, kind of. If we are basing it off of this, then I guess it would make sense to go not just to 33 cents, but maybe even a little bit more. So maybe you go just above $1 billion in market cap. That wouldn't be bad at all. I am kind of curious as to what the tokenomics are for ZORA here. But looking at this, let's look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll come back out to the long-term stuff. Okay, we'll let that load up for a second there. So you can see here, there is volume coming in to the upside. Every time we're moving up, we are getting volume coming in, right? Earlier today, we moved up, and then we've moved down, but we're starting to move back up. I would bet by the end of the day, we get rid of that wick that's showing on the daily time frame, and we start to move back up. If we're looking at this from a high to a low, golden ratio down to the 886, 786 area, very common maneuver there. Finding resistance to the 1272, that's okay. At the moment, that's okay. What you want to do is you don't want to come back down from here. You want to keep pushing higher. You want to get to that golden ratio, because if we do, it's very unlikely that we double top. It's very likely that we push higher. Probably, I would think, to at least like 12.5 cents, if not 13 cents or higher. And what's good for this thing is good for anything in its ecosystem, probably, right? Bouncing off the 50, looking good on your RSI. Again, I think in the next 34 minutes it would be a better look for this thing if this candle closed green. We'll see if it does. I'm actually kind of curious. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame. And then again, circulating supply is 3.24 billion. Total supply is 10 billion ZORA. I don't know what the tokenomics are, but do your own research before you invest in any of this, right? Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. I think the base logo looks kind of like they look similar, right? And for those of you that don't know, the guy that founded this, he was like the chief technical whatever at Coinbase for a little bit. But let's see, getting back to this here, 15-minute. I think this looks bullish still. Yeah, I would think this does look bullish. You do have a little bit of bearish engulfing or a bit bearish reversal candles here going on, but there's not a lot of volume where there was a good bit of volume here. We'll see. We'll see how it persists, but I like the RSI. I do want to put on, and this is on the 15-minute time frame, so it might not be the most reliable, but there's going to be at least some reliability to it, right? Stochastics actually make me think it's not good, and the MACD looks good. So 2 to 1, good. I'm going with the good side, right? We look at the 1 hour time frame here. I like the stochastics actually, and I do like the MACD as well. Even though they're cross red and this is like cross down, where you're looking like you're finding support is actually a very bullish area to find support, and the MACD is overall bullish. So I'm not worried about this little hiccup here. Even if this 1 hour does close red, I don't think it's going to be detrimental to the price. But looking at the stochastics on the 4 hour, the 4 hour stochastics look awesome. So does the RSI. Whenever you're rejecting the overbought zone twice and your rejection is not rejecting, that's awesome. The MACD is crossing above the zero. This to me promotes continuation over the days to come. So I would expect that, over the days to come, and I mean, obviously you can see this here too. We've broken out of this downtrend, right? With volume coming in. I would expect over the days to come we continue to grow. The one thing that I don't like, I guess, is that we got higher highs here and we do have lower lows of volume. That is a pretty decent selling candle. So with that in mind, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, we could come down a little bit. I think we did though, right? Typically you go from your golden ratio to your 0.5 or 382 area, right? And that's good enough. You can move up from here now, right? The next target area to be 13 to 14 cents, yeah. Keeps coming up, and then inevitably you'd move higher, 17.5 to 21.6 cents, and then that 33-cent area keeps coming back up as well. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw this thing maybe even by the end of the month pull like a 3x, like a big amount of growth, and again, a large amount of growth might be proper grammar. If we're comparing this to anything on its ecosystem, that could promote some good stuff. I got nothing else for you guys. I hear my daughter waking up, so I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.